You ever get bored or mentally exhausted looking at the default pie charts from your CRM? Or the feeling that your ERP system is just spewing raw data at you, but in chart form? These pie charts aren't designed for anyone specific, nor for any particular reason, which makes it difficult to get some usable information from them. I'll show you some other charts you can use. Here we have a basic default pie chart. This is a snapshot for sales for houses in a certain region for the month. And this could be like in a website, magazine, or a internal report for through your real estate association. So it's for a variety of people, and it's just basically the raw data in chart form. There's nothing really specific for anyone because different people use data for different purposes. You got purchasers, sellers, investors, things like that. Some problems, obviously, the overlay here of the categories information. Obviously, if you're going to put this in a report, you'd move these around, but that's a lot of extra work. And if you try to move this over here, and then show this one, and you run into the problem of it being far away from the category it is, so you're looking around and back and forth, it's awkward. Also, through data visualization theory, studies have shown that humans can't really compare area like this as well. So these two, you can tell this one's bigger, but not by say how much, other than looking at the numbers. So if you're going to look at the numbers, having the pie chart isn't useful. So it looks nice. That's people have been using them, but especially for this, like a snapshot, it's not much better than just having the numbers here in your report. So I'll show you some other charts you can use. Also, this one, it's different colors. That's just default how with Excel it's popped up, but that isn't really helpful, and it's just kind of almost distracting or too much information as well, because there's a dozen categories here, and pie charts you should try to keep it to 2 or 3, or else it just gets overwhelming and it doesn't make sense. Our brain can't handle and interpret any of this. It's not useful information. So here we have a vertical bar chart, and in some ways this is better than the pie chart. Is the bars are easier to compare than these wedges here. So these are basically 3-dimensional areas, and it's hard for humans to understand the difference. With here, these are like 2 dimensions, so it's very easy to compare different categories. Also made this all the charts one color because it's the same area, same month, so there's no reason to have the different colors and separate them. On here, pie chart, you almost need the different colors, otherwise, unless you make the white here, the gap's bigger, but then it gets more confusing. So that's also why pie charts are very inefficient for this type of information. So this is good, and you can even make these closer if you really want better comparison. Also, it's easier to read the categories in the pie chart. Still have to tilt your head, so it's not great. We can make some improvements there. One other issue with this could come up is, since you're kind of viewing this left to right, or you might be thinking it's a timeline, so you might think this is like sales over time, like these could be the months if you're not looking at it all specifically. It's instinctively, that's how I sometimes view these, so you got to be careful using one of these type of charts. So on to the next one. Next we have a horizontal bar chart. The bars are lined up vertically, so you won't confuse them over time. You just read them up and down, so you understand better that you're comparing different categories rather than over time, which might be confusing. It's also easier to read the categories because they're all in one line. You can see them. So if you have like city names, or you want months or something, or sales managers written out, things like that, or product sales, it's easier in this compared to this format where you have to tilt your head and makes it hard to read what's going on. So this is a lot easier for that sense as well. And I kept the mono color as well for the charts. There's no reason to change the colors. Since this is a generic monthly snapshot report, I didn't add any customization or any data storytelling to it. But if you knew your end user or you yourself need to know specific information you're looking for, or you want to give this to other managers or executives in your company, you could highlight different areas. For example, they might want to know if this is good or bad for your industry, your company, that this category, the 500 to 750,000, sales are twice as much as one below it, which is might be significant. Also, you can see the trends. It's going. Sales aren't much for these category of houses. Could be not many in the area, or just not popular, and then it peaks here and then it goes down. So there could be some story there. This also could be for your inventory, your sales managers, customers, clients. You can add some customization and explanation what's going on, or things you need to highlight. Might need to, or say this is okay, like this looks small, but relative, you have high profit margin. So it's okay that sales are smaller than all the other areas, because that's the smallest one. You can easily see. So these are some types of charts you can use to improve snapshot monthly reports, or like I was saying, if you know exactly who the end user is, you can customize highlighting the data, add some data storytelling to that. And if you're doing it like for a report or magazine, like I haven't changed the area basically of any of these charts, so you can easily fit these. So if this is the default on your reports from your CRM or ERP system, and that system can't change it, if you can get the data out, you can easily put this into Excel or find someone to help you format it in a better way so it's easier to see and without changing the space. I'm Peter from Data Science Consultants. We're making complex data simple to use.